42 at one point. Obviously, during this win streak, you guys have won in all sorts of different ways, but this is probably the first time you've been down this much and come back to win. What was kind of the tone of the team when you guys were facing that deficit, and how did you stay resilient to kind of incrementally crawl back into this one and ultimately win it?
I think going into halftime, just knowing what we could limit. I feel like we had a lot of turnovers in the first half, so just kind of limit those turnovers, and then of course playing to our strengths, which is our pace. I feel like that zone kind of slowed us down a little bit, and then once we got our pace back picked up, it's kind of when we fought adversity and got back in the game. So hats off to my team for just sticking with the basics.
You guys have won 4 straight home games now, with times being adjusted and stuff like that. What does it say about this team right now, where you guys are able to put that behind you and still pull the games out?
Definitely, the team is doing great, of course, but I also got to tip my hats off to the Charlotte fans. They've been showing up, every home game with any condition. We've had a lot of snow here, and just to see the fans still show up is kind of, it's heartwarming. So just seeing them in here, it just helps us and gives us the momentum to have games like this and tough crowds for other teams. So I encourage them to keep showing up and keep helping us.
And then player of the week for you, Eastern Conference honors. What about that, and how does it feel to get that your first one, I guess, in your career?
It's a great achievement. I took my hats off to my teammates for just trusting me. All I can do is trust them back. So we're going to keep this win streak going.
After the Dallas win a couple games ago, Con Knipple said that this team feels like they can beat any team. You guys know that you're a good team now. What's the internal belief that you guys have in that locker room?
It's one thing to feel it, but just knowing that we can beat any team. We go out with the mentality of just competing at the highest level, making all the winning plays, and just helping each other out. So as long as we keep that mindset, would be great.
Talk about making the winning plays. In the first half, you guys are generating good shots. They're just not going in. In the second half, you guys started to make those shots. But in the fourth quarter, you and LaMelo at a certain point said, hey, it might be our time to kind of close this thing out. Talk us through understanding that part of the game.
Definitely. Shot, you're not going to make every shot. So I feel like our teammates are, good to, keep encouraging us to take shots like that. And then once one fall, it's going to be a long night. So, just having that mindset of just not backing down or not giving up any shot, taking the easy ones or passing up a good one for a great one. All that comes in hand. But it's all about making the winning plays, and I feel like we executed that tonight.
I'm curious if this is something that you subscribe to, just the thought of learning how to win. Do you feel like that has come into play with this group, really finding that groove and learning from each of these experiences?
I think that's just knowing each other. We go into games, up 20, down 20, but we know what we're capable of. We know our strengths. We know what we need to do to, pull out tough games and tough wins like we just did. So as long as we keep sticking with each other and sticking with the process, we'll be fine. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.